Now at 6, how a dispute over a pencil led to fires and broken windows at the Ottawa County Jail. Plus, what the Webb City School District is doing to provide new safety measures to the schools, and how a Kansas farming family is dealing with the heat.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Ottawa County, Oklahoma authorities say the jail was damaged by inmates this weekend because of a pencil. This is KOAM News at 6. Authorities say last evening 4 inmates got upset over another cell pod getting a pencil when they didn't. They say those inmates started a fire by destroying wall sockets, blocked a door with bunks, and then smashed windows. Officials say when those inmates were put into another cell, they broke a hot water line. No one was injured during that incident. As students gear up to go back to the classroom, Webb City school leaders are working to make sure your kids are going to be safe. KOAM Sagun Bamadelli learned more about the new measures the district is putting into place.
School year approaches. Webb City School District is preparing to welcome its students back.
At this time of year is a busy time of year for all school districts. Our custodial staff and maintenance staff are busy upgrading, getting ready for the school year.
The Webb City School District is making changes to security this upcoming school year due to events going on nationwide.
With things going around the nation, I think it's a time that we can always reflect and improve on how can we keep our students more safe throughout the school day. So nothing specific, but I think that's something we always need to reflect, see where we're at, and if there's anything we can do to improve our students' experience here and keep them safe while they're doing so.
Laura also says the new security systems could help address bullying around schools. That includes new cameras in the school buildings.
The board just approved a student services plan that takes into account, as you mentioned, bullying, ways to address that with bullying curriculum for our staff. And so just all avenues in terms of that, we want to be more aware and obviously take action to be able to remedy those situations.
The school district says it is also updating its system for notifying teachers and staffs of potential emergencies.
Another thing we are doing is upgrading our notification system for our staff in Formacast, and so that allows our teachers to not only notify when situations are happening, but receive alerts that allowed us to react to situations that we need to.
In Webb City, Sagun Bamadelli, KOAM News.
Webb City students go back to school on August 22nd. Doug Hetty, back from vacation now, joins us with a first look at the weather.
Yeah, I went to Mexico for a week and it was quite a bit cooler there than it is here. It was in the 80s every day and it's been 90s and triple digits here, and it's going to get even worse as we go through the next few days. Clear skies, so nothing is going on outside. We're not going to see anything interesting as we go through the evening hours. Just a few clouds, a couple showers and thunderstorms western parts of Kansas. It's hot. We're sitting low to mid 90s. Thankfully, we don't have a high heat index, but when you get this hot, it really doesn't matter. As we drop back through the evening hours, through the 90s, 80s, 70s, later on tonight. Now the heat gets significantly worse as we go through the next few days. Of course, we're going to break down that forecast for you here in just a bit.
Frying pan into the fire. Joplin is opening 3 downtown buildings as cooling centers. They are City Hall at 602 South Main, the Health Department at 321 East 4th, and the Public Safety Center at 303 East 3rd Street. Those centers will be open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
So many times it's nice when you can get out of the heat and just step inside of a building, maybe get a drink of water, go to the bathroom, rest up for 15-20 minutes, and then go back out.
For more tips on how to stay safe in the heat, go to our website, koamnewsnow.com. The Miami Public Library will also serve as a cooling station. The library is open through the week during the day and also Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's closed on Sundays. Also, to find a cooling station near you, go to our website or download our mobile app. It's free of charge in the Apple App Store, Google Play Store. You just search for the KOAM News app. The intense heat is causing issues for a family of farmers in Cherokee County, Kansas. The Watson family is getting ready to harvest their soybeans next month, but the lack of rain is impacting the crops, as you might imagine. They're also dealing with a weed issue which takes water from their soybeans. Jared Watson says the heat is drying the weeds, making them harder to kill with chemicals, which can be costly.
With everything the way it's been with any product, chemicals no different. It's been hard to get, and when you can get it, it's plenty expensive. So it adds up quick, and anytime you got to go over the field, it costs.
We're going to hear more from the family tonight on KOAM News at 9 and 10. Everyone's looking for ways to cool down in this heat wave. Reporter Joe Baker has more from Wichita.
Kansas continues to see triple-digit temperatures, and the heat isn't going away anytime soon.
Hopefully it cools off soon. I'm tired of it. I don't like when it's too hot like this. It's cool when you go swim and when you get out and stuff like that, but after a while, it gets old.
With these high temperatures, getting a snow cone sounds pretty good.
It feels good. That cool kind of stays with you after it goes down.
As the weather gets hotter, we get busier. Plain and simple. That's just the name of the game. We offer such a cool and refreshing treat that when it's hot out like this, it's something that cools you down a little bit.
Snow cones surely played a part in keeping some people cool Sunday, but some have actively been trying to find ways to stay cool.
Before we came out here today, they were doing water balloons and playing in the little swimming pools, and we do sprinklers, and we did a splash pad yesterday, so finding all the kinds of water we can be cool in.
Pam brought her grandkids out to the snow cone stand, and even in this heat, she says she still wants to do fun things outdoors with her family.
Well, we appreciate places like this that we can come to cool off, to have something different to do than staying at home in the air conditioning.
Mouth's kind of watering for a snow cone now, right? Yeah, I know. The average high temperature for this date in southeast Kansas, usually about 91 degrees. Coming up, details about a southeast Kansas organization getting help to pay for a domestic abuse shelter, plus a mansion in Pittsburgh gets new life as an Airbnb. A domestic abuse counseling center in Iola, Kansas was one of the recipients of a statewide tax credit program by the State Department of Commerce. KOAM's Amber Jenkins explains how the program will help the center.
Hope Unlimited is an abuse counseling center created by concerned citizens of Iola. This nonprofit organization provides victim assistance to rural southeast Kansas. Although Hope Unlimited never turns away a person in need, they are in need of a better shelter.
What we learned during COVID was our shelter was not large enough to allow for social distancing, and it became very clear that something needed to be done because we had to go in and remove the bunk beds and make single beds, so that diminished our capacity.
The shelter is mostly funded by the federal government through grants. Grants subsidized by criminals, not taxpayers.
We are lucky, like when people are saying, well, we want to make sure my taxpayer dollars are being well used, and we're able to say, we actually are getting the criminals to pay for these programs or the seizures from criminal actions. We're able to say these really are being paid for by those people that have committed some of those crimes.
Kansas Governor Laura Kelly awarded 29 nonprofit organizations tax credits to boost their fundraising for programs improving their community. After years of applying, Hope Unlimited is one of the 29 profits awarded in the tax credit program.
We're small. So we recognize that lots of big communities get this, but that smaller towns sometimes get a little overlooked.
Kansas tax credit will give donors more bang for their buck. Qualified donors in rural communities will receive 70% of tax credit when they file their state taxes. Hope Unlimited will use tax credit programs to build a second shelter for victims.
If we're not here and we can't address all the needs and the capacity that we need to, where are they going to go? It's an hour away to the nearest resources. So we want to make sure that we can adequately serve the population in a way that they feel safe and cared for.
In Iola, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
That shelter is going to serve people in Allen, Anderson, Neosho, and Woodson counties. The big house, the castle, the mansion, those are just some of the names given to this historic site in the Pittsburgh area. The Millers purchased the land for the home in 1907, and before long, this three-story brick home stood as a distinguishing feature in a mostly farmhouse residential area. Well, now more than 100 years later, it's getting new life as an Airbnb. Yeah, beautiful. And its owner has hopes for a future limited event space. Larry Seward felt this home welcomed a new life.
As you went in there and you was working on it, you could just feel the house wanting to come back to life again. And when we were finished, the house, you walk in and it feels alive.
Seward says this home had one of the very first telephones in Pittsburgh. He hopes to install one again. A little bit later, a Crowder College Rough Rider was selected in the MLB draft, and we'll have details.
Plus, the heat gets a little bit worse as we go through the work week. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, of course, another hot day for us today. At least over the past 7 to 8 days, we've only had 2 days that have hit 100 degrees, but we've been into the 90s every other day. And most of us today, mid, even some upper 90s across the region. So hot, at least the humidity not too bad. Nice shot. This is Lander Chevrolet. This is, of course, on the southeast side of Joplin. So you're looking at I-44 east and then westbound. Clear skies, looks pretty good. All right, guys, tomorrow's going to be our 9th day that we've already hit 100 degrees. We usually average about 1, maybe 2 times an entire summer. In fact, we haven't done it since 2018. Now, back in 2012 was the last time we had stretches of triple-digit heat. In fact, that summer we did it 27 times, which was close to a record. Month-long blog, of course, you can always get my long-range forecast at KOAM, newsnow.com. Drought's becoming a problem. We haven't had much rain. We're in a moderate drought across at least the southern half of the region, so we need some rain. We don't really have much in the forecast. It's hot. The grass is crispy or dead. We're sitting into the mid-90s right now. Dew points mainly into the upper 50s to lower 60s. So when they're in the 50s to 60s, it actually feels pretty good. At least we don't have real high humidity. It's just hot. 94 northerly winds at about 10. Humidity is at 30%. Through the evening hours, we slide back through the 90s, 80s, 70s a little bit later on tonight. But you can see nothing going on here. We have clear skies, nothing going on across the entire Central Plains. Out west, you have the monsoon, but you can see this big spin, big dome of high pressure. Until this breaks down or at least gets away from us, we're going to have the heat sticking around. You can see it just kind of hangs out. We're looking through the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, really doesn't go anywhere. The bottom line there means the heat doesn't really go anywhere. In fact, it gets a little bit worse the next few days. By morning, most of us will start near 70. Quick warm up, mid-90s by noon, and then most of us are going to go above 100 degrees. You can see from Independence, 106, all the way down toward Nowata, 107 degrees. Here's your day planner starting at 71, 98 by noon. Official high right around 104. South winds are going to be light at about 5 to 10. Slight, very slight chance we may get an isolated thunderstorm in here tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. Most of you will stay dry. Heat up again, back above 100 degrees by the time we head into Wednesday afternoon. Heat indices are going to match the temperatures, so we're going to have a heat index right around 105 to 110 over the next few days. All right, 104 tomorrow, 103 on Wednesday, slight chance for a storm early. 104 Thursday, 105 Friday, Saturday, 106 Sunday, 107 Monday, 108 Tuesday, 107 Wednesday, 100 next Thursday. By next weekend, we may get a break and drop back down into the 90s.
Next time you put up a graphic like that, we need to give a viewer warning for people who want
to
shield their eyes.
Crazy hot.
Welcome back from your tropical vacation where
thanks.
it was relatively cool. Thanks, Doug. Hey, when severe weather strikes, you're going to want to stay informed. You can do that by scanning this QR code. It'll take you to the KOAM News Now YouTube page where our weather team is going to live stream during severe weather events to give you updated information. And while you're there, be sure to subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Jacob here now with sports. The Joplin Outlaws aim to stay hot with just a week left in the regular season.
The Outlaws put their 7-game winning streak on the line tonight in Joplin. We're going to talk about that. Plus, a Crowder College baseball standout becomes the highest drafted player in program history. His thoughts on getting his shot at pro baseball next. The Joplin Outlaws have just 5 games left in the regular season. The Outlaws are on a roll right now, winning 7 straight games, giving themselves a 2-game lead for first place in the Mink League South Division. And Joplin is at home tonight, opening up a 2-game set against the Carroll Merchants. That one begins at 7 o'clock at Joe Becker Stadium. We'll have highlights from the game right here tonight at 10. Well, Crowder College pitcher Jacob Mizorowski is getting his shot at Major League Baseball. Mizorowski was picked in the 2nd round of the MLB draft last night, going 63rd overall to the Milwaukee Brewers. He was no doubt one of the best in the nation this season. The right-handed redshirt freshman was 10-0 in 15 appearances for Crowder with a 2.72 ERA. He was an All-American and the region's 16th Player of the Year for the Rough Riders, and now Mizorowski is the highest drafted player in Crowder baseball history.
I mean, it was crazy. I mean, surreal, really, to actually have the opportunity to do it. I mean, it's what I've been dreaming for forever, and so I think it's just one of those surreal moments. I'm going to go out there and give my 100%. I mean, that's what I do every game, so I think that's what I'm giving, and, you know, I'm going to be out there working my butt off to get up to the pros as soon as possible.
You can check out our full story with Mizorowski, including thoughts from Crowder head coach Travis Lolleman, on the sports page at KOAMnewsnow.com. To golf now, Cameron Smith won the Open Championship on Sunday at St. Andrews. It was all about the back nine for Smith for the back nine on Sunday for the 28-year-old Australian. He had 6 birdies in the final 9 holes, including 5 straight to start the back nine. He ended up shooting an 8 under 64 in the final round to put him 20 under par for the tournament. Now that 20 under score ties him for the best score to par in major history. Now here he is on securing his first major victory.
To win an Open Championship in itself is probably going to be a golfer's highlight in their career. To do it around St. Andrews, I think, is just unbelievable. This place is so cool. To do it the way I did today was pretty cool, to be back and really apply pressure, keep holing putts. Yeah, it was awesome.
And that's it for sports. We're back with more news right after this.
Take some time now to honor a local World War I veteran. Patrick Weldon served in the U.S. Navy from 1914 to 1918. The Humboldt, Kansas Navy was stationed in the Pacific, and we salute Patrick Weldon, a 4-state hero. Of course, you can learn about lots of other heroes, more than 3,000 of them in our database. They're from all across this area. You can also submit a hero of your own anytime. It's very simple. Click on the link on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. If you're ever on the go and you want to still be able to watch our newscasts live, maybe you're on vacation at the lake, whatever, just download the KOAM Plus app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store of your choice. Just search for KOAM Plus. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Police are thanking a Good Samaritan for stepping in to stop a shooter at a mall in Indiana. Also, how school districts are helping to create affordable housing options for teachers. And going to tell you how you can own a big piece of fried chicken history. Those stories, a lot more. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. You can almost fry chicken without a frying pan at the moment. Just need a hot sidewalk.
Yeah,
later
it's
this week.
Super hot over the next, gosh, really 2 weeks. 104 tomorrow, 103 on Wednesday. Very slight chance for a storm.
Final sports note.
The Major League Baseball All-Star Game is tomorrow night. Right here tonight at 10, we're going to hear from Cardinal star Albert Pujols on playing in his final All-Star Game.
He's been around since the beginning of time.
It seems like it. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.
Salon Service is